Hello my friends, continuing in identifying native trees. Here we have common hawthorn. Okay, there's the berries maturing nicely. Common hawthorn, Crataegus monogyna. Okay, there's the leaf. Very distinctive little leaf. Not really many other leaves to look at. It does look a wee bit like Swedish whitebeam, but lighter on the underside. Okay. Alternate shoots. Lots and lots of berries. Young leaves are edible, as are the berries. You can make a nice fruit leather out of them, and they do actually last well into the year after they are produced. Lovely creamy flesh, don't need the stone. They're good for your heart too. They regulate heartbeat and things. They have quite strong medical properties. But you can eat the leaves. Nice wee spring respite to have a wee munch on the hawthorn leaves. The flowers come out then. The wood is actually very good for roasting. Makes really good embers. Okay. You always find nice dead dry wood in the understory of a hawthorn. See, like that. That's actually bone dry. Okay, I know it has been very dry recently, but travelling people used to call these tinder trees because you always found enough tinder underneath for a fire. Alright, good solid dense wood, slow growing. It's also got a few association with fairies. People in Northern Ireland are sometimes afraid to cut them down in the middle of fields in case they get cursed by the fairies. And I've heard a few stories of people dying shortly after cutting down hawthorns. Not that I believe it, but some people do. You also get good walking sticks and stuff out of hawthorn. You know, all these kind of things. Get good walking sticks. Thorns, they have a very thorny branch on them. Okay, like that. You see the thorns there? People have been making fishing hooks out of hawthorns for thousands of years. You can basically see it, you cut here, and there's your thorn. Right? It's quite strong when it's attached like that. Obviously you can bind them together and have 3-pronged hooks. So, good resource, easy to identify, always grows as a shrub. There's the leaf. Right. The berries are red, shiny, like little apples. If you get a nice hawthorn grove and it starts to rain, usually you can find a little dry spot underneath too, which is good. Nice tree. There's another hawthorn. See what I mean about tinder sticks? Okay, so attached. Bone dry, and there's hundreds of them. Okay, this is all bone dry. Very quickly you can gather up enough to make a fire with. It's quite dark in here, you see that? See how light it is out here? Okay, and how dark it is in here. Very little light is getting through there, which also means that very little rain would get through too. Right, it's always an indication how dark somewhere is, how little rain gets down. And all their plants are growing too. There's very few plants growing around the base of a tree. It means that very little light and water is getting down below, you know. And if it's not a tree that's going to fail on you, it might be a good place to think about building a shelter. Young trees especially, you know, they're very unlikely to fail, but they just give you an extra layer above you. Bit of insulation, you know.